Hello, I'm attorney Lewis Haskell, and actually I've moved a little prop in case I forget, here in my office in Lowell. And although I am sitting in my office, I am nevertheless functioning remotely as far as the outside world is concerned. Apparently people do come by and drop things off, but we're not holding face-to-face meetings and that kind of a thing. Because I think right now probably is the height of the COVID-19 pandemic in Massachusetts. The forecasters are pretty much indicating that this is our worst week, starting about now and continuing for about a week. So that's how we'll deal with it. But I was chatting with a client this morning, and it's kind of what prompted this video, who was actually rather surprised by my ability to deal with him remotely. And what I mean by that is this. I mean, obviously I can talk to anybody on the telephone, I can email anybody. But what he wasn't understanding, but now does, is we have secure portals for delivering documents, secure links for delivering documents. We have secure platforms for document sharing that I can put whatever I want up on my screen. You can look at it on your screen, and it's end-to-end encrypted, so nobody else is looking at it. You can see that I've turned my office into a Zoom room for video conferencing. We will, by the way, be tightening up on security of actual video conferencing. I do not use Zoom, for example, as a document sharing platform because it's not secure. And, a lot of things I won't discuss on Zoom, but there are other video platforms, and they're just a little bit less user-friendly. I've spent much of this downtime, by the way, tightening up some of these platforms, and in particular getting rid of, for example, although we still have the secure portal that we used to use, it wasn't very user-friendly. And so we have found better, equally secure ways of transferring documents back and forth. So we are here, and we are able to do everything on a case from start to finish without meeting. And let me give you an example. Now, I would hope that a motor vehicle accident would not require that we never meet and that we go start to finish without meeting. But I'm going to describe the process so that wherever you are in the process, we're okay. I have been doing intakes remotely. I ask my clients to send me their documents first, just so I can have them on screen and we can talk about them while we're conferencing or while we're chatting on the phone or whatever. But we can do the opening meeting either this way or on the phone or through other messaging apps or whatever. I am required by bar rules and my own conscience to keep things secure and private. Clients are not, and I have had clients who tell me, thank you for telling me about Zoom. I like Zoom, we'll talk on Zoom, and that's fine. I am careful what I say on Zoom, but I certainly won't ask you your social security number on Zoom, but that's okay. But we can have this initial meeting. We can set up whatever needs to be set up, and by the way, right now this is interesting times, because physical therapy, chiropractic, all kinds of things are not like they used to be. And we have been talking to a number of providers in town to find out who will do telemedicine, who will see a client if necessary, what provisions have they made if they're going to see a client. Some, by the way, have actually reopened and have changed their clinics to provide a more safe and secure environment at the same time, we have to have the flip conversation with our clients about what is their willingness to do these things. We've had a number of clients who were thrilled to learn that they can do telemedicine, that they can talk with the physical therapist, on some level be examined by the physical therapist. Obviously, it's not quite the same as when you're in their office and they can actually touch you and whatnot, but be examined. And even, go over exercises and things like that in the same way that, that I'm talking to you. Well, not the same way, because the therapist would actually get out of his chair. But that's the idea, that these things can still be done, and the client can receive some manner of treatment. We've also had extensive conversations with the therapist about some of the billing issues that creates, but I think we've worked our way through those. Beyond that, we have the capacity to send documents to the clients to be signed electronically and securely. We really developed a secure feature for the tax side of the practice, but we have it and we use it throughout the practice, so that things like medical authorizations, fee agreements, PIP forms, releases when cases settle, all of these things can be done. We can again have all of our meetings throughout the course of the case. The clients can send us things that they receive, medical bills, doctor's notes, letters from the insurance company, anything, appraisals on their car, anything that they receive, they can send to us securely. We can send them anything we want to give them securely. And all of this can go back and forth. Among the things that we can have signed are powers of attorney, so that we can endorse settlement checks and get the money to the client, again, in a number of ways. Some electronic. Most clients just prefer that we mail them a paper check, and we are happy to do that. But in any event, it is possible in any kind of case in this office to go from start to finish without ever actually sitting down and meeting face to face, and to do it all over secure platforms. And as I say, this particular video was inspired by a conversation I had with a client today. He's self-employed. He's actually a tax client. He's a former auto accident client, but he's a tax client, self-employed, wants to apply for unemployment, is concerned because he wasn't planning to do his 2019 taxes until, later, when he can come into the office. And I told him I don't believe he needs to do his 2019 taxes in order to file for unemployment as a self-employed person. I gave him some suggestions on how to do that, but I also told him, if it's a problem, we can do all this remotely. And he was pleasantly surprised that we had that capability. It disappoints me that I've done such a poor job of getting the word out. So I'm going to take one more shot at it here. So in any event, I am here in the office every day, ready to serve, but ready to serve from a safe distance. And we have all of the high-tech and low-tech capabilities for doing that. So, until we can meet again face-to-face, I'm Attorney Lewis Haskell, urging you to be safe and be healthy, and we'll all get through this together. Thank you.